Hey, hey. Okay, let's get started. My name is Valerie Oakley. I am an independent certified Optavia coach, and I'm going to be reading the life book, your life book to you. Your life book by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson, which is one of the staple books that we use in our program, our lifestyle program. So if you like this video and you want to go along in the series with us, you can like and subscribe to this video and follow along with us. And if you also want to order the Life book and the Habits of Health book to really follow along with us and go through your own program with us throughout the year, then I will put the information in the comments on how to obtain your own video or your own book. So here we go. Your life book. One of the biggest and most powerful realizations we can ever have is to know that our life path is not fixed. The way you think, the way you act, the people you spend time with, and even the world you live in can all be changed. All things are possible. You have the capability over time with specific focus, guidance, and practice to become the dominant force in your life. From where you sit today, you might rightly think that what I'm saying isn't possible. You might ask, exactly how can I have a clue about your life? In fact, you're probably thinking I'm a bit full of myself. Now, that's the author speaking, not me. Well, I know we've only just started this book together, but I need to tell you that you're wrong. Years ago, things were different. I was certainly different, but that was a long time ago. Today, I'm full of confidence and certainty in my approach and understanding, which is based on firsthand experience of thousands of people from every walk of life who have transformed their lives. These people are not strangers. They're my family, my friends, and a community of clients and coaches who all made a decision to take control of their health and lives. What they share is a willingness to reach out for help and embrace a different way of approaching their lives. Their approach has gone from focusing on what's wrong in their lives to a mindset of asking, how can I change? What do I need to learn? And how can I include others in my journey? These individuals have rewritten their stories so they are the central characters in amazing journeys of transformation. I'll share some of their stories as part of the Habits of Health experience. Today, reading this, you now have the opportunity to write the next chapter of your health in your life. Believe me, I understand that the idea may seem scary. Based on your past experiences, you might not even think it's something you can do. In this chaotic and unstable world, in times of accelerated change, everything seems to be beyond your control. But your life does not have to be one of those things. The Habits of Health transformational system is your pathway out of a reality that doesn't appear to be within your control. The system will give you the opportunity to take a different path and equip you with what you need to write a different story from today onward. This system will give you a new sense of direction and put you in the driver's seat so you can take control and travel along a new path toward better health and improved well being. This is your companion guide to accompany you on an exciting journey to optimal health and well being. In the original version, this guide was structured as a workbook used to help people learn the components of the Habits of Health system. I've made Habits of Health 2.0 into a much more valuable tool that helps you as you learn and practice the habits of health as part of the Habits of Health transformational system. Rather than simply gathering information and filling in the blanks as we did before, This new companion becomes an interactive documentary of your advancement toward a healthier and more thriving life. In short, it is your life book, expressing your story as you move forward. It's here to guide you and lay down the foundations at your pace to help you build a new future. Your life book will also give you the opportunity to make notes on what's working and what isn't, so you can measure your daily progress on your journey. Like a science experiment, I want to uncover what works for you specifically so I can guide you to your new future. Your life book will help you track your progress and provide powerful feedback as you grow and advance on the path to better health and well being. Remember, this is your story. So, because it is absolutely unique, I want to support you in ways that work best for you. Your life book is designed to do just that. You'll be able to customize and adjust the elements to fit your talents, your genetics, and your priorities. So, how the parts of the system work together is that there are three parts to the Habits of Health transformational system. There is the Habits of Health book in a new and updated version, this life book, and then there's the Habits of Health app. And let's briefly explain why they all matter and how they interact with each other. So, one, the Dr. A's Habits of Health is the main textbook. It contains much more detail about the different aspects of the habits of health. It reflects on the latest science of well being and outlines a huge amount of important information about nutrition, sleep, exercise, and more. Think of this as the part of the system that lives on your bookshelf and you reference it often. Your life book, which is what I'm holding, is a day to day journal packed with really useful tips, hints, and advice on your journey to optimal health. Each progressive element represents a central core component which will forge a rock solid foundation for your progress to optimal health and well being. As a completely joined up summary of the main book, it's designed to be easy to carry around and perfect for jotting down your thoughts, your progress, and your challenges so you can reflect on your achievements and know your weaknesses. Think of it as something you can keep with you throughout the day and on your bedside at night. And over the next 12 months, if you stay with us, you'll use it to create and write your new healthy story. And then there's the Habits of Health app, which may be modified by the time I'm reading this. Using the latest technology, I've created an app that will help you manage crucial aspects of your journey to optimal health. Using the app, you can set alerts for meal times, store and refer to dietary information, as well as recipes, and keep a dynamic record of your daily levels of activity. It'll also allow you to better manage your emotions. So, three critical parts can work independently of each other, but because they're all based on the same principles and with the same aim of getting you to optimal health, they're far more effective when used together as a system. Now, there's one important thing you should know: your journey won't go perfectly. It'll be full of challenges and setbacks, but they're all a part of the life building process. And as we say these days, life be lifing. Life is going to life. But if you stay the course, use the life lessons as learning opportunities, and are willing to be open and curious, then this story will be a happy beginning to a thriving life. When you're doing what you want to do, becoming good at it, and sharing it with those you love and care about, you'll have written a great story. So, the rocks, pebbles, and sands analogy. Before you start writing your own story, I would like to set the stage by retelling a story I've heard and told many times. It's a story about rocks, pebbles, sand, and a mason jar. So, a teacher places a mason jar filled with rocks in front of his class and asks if the jar is full. Yes, the kids say. He takes a pail with smaller pebbles and pours them into the jar, shaking it until they fill the spaces between the rocks. Is the jar full? He asks. Yes, they say again. The teacher then adds a scoop of sand to the jar, and the grains fall between the larger and smaller rocks. Is the mason jar full? He asks. The class inspects the jar. There's no more room for anything else. And the teacher smiles, grabs a pitcher with water, and then proceeds to fill the jar to the brim. The teacher explains that the demonstration is an analogy. He tells them that the jar is your life. The rocks are the big things in your life, such as your family, your partner, your health, and your hopes and dreams. The pebbles are the other things that give life meaning, like friendships, a job, or hobbies. And the sand and the water are the small things that fill in the rest of our time. And the point of this demonstration is that if you fill your life with the small stuff, how will you ever be able to put the big things in the put in the big important stuff? Because the small stuff is going to fill the jar up first. So everything fits in the jar, just like the components of your life. But you need to consider how the small stuff fits around the bigger things, not vice versa. So I love this story for several reasons. Its principal lesson is the very building blocks of the Habits of Health transformational system. Life is a series of choices, and some of them are more important than others. And as you'll soon learn, it is the prioritization of those choices that creates the motivation, which drives everything else that you can accomplish. Since the origin of the story is unknown, I'm going to adopt the visual analogy as it offers and make it a way of explaining and describing our system. It is the perfect structure to visualize and empower your new story and your journey. The reality is that we live in an obesogenic world surrounded by so many things that can have damaging effects on our weight and our health. As I describe in part 1.1 of Dr. A's Habits of Health, it's not your fault that you're struggling with your weight, your health, or your well-being. And this chaotic, unhealthy, fast food filled, stressful world is not going to change anytime in the near future. The Habits of Health transformational system is like the mason jar as it creates a microenvironment of health to protect you from your unhealthy surroundings. The macro habits of health are the foundations of optimal health and well-being. These 6 key foundational categories are like the rocks. We'll place them in the jar first to create lifelong transformation and to protect you from the modern world's negative side effects. So see, here is the mason jar with the 6 basic rocks. And those rocks are healthy weight management, healthy eating and hydration, healthy motion, healthy sleep, healthy mind, and healthy surroundings. So addressing all 6 of these macro habits of health is critical. Taking time to focus and place these rocks in your jar is the first step in building the foundation necessary for our long-term success. If we fail to tackle each of these keystones of our microenvironment of health, the structure will be weakened and decrease our chances to withstand the effects of our modern world. Life gonna be lifing. Next, we have to introduce the primary and secondary habits that are derived from the 6 macro habits. These are the pebbles. These actions surround, reinforce, and actually arise from the foundational rocks. These habits of health can be further broken down into the micro habits of health, which are extremely small, positive actions and they're so small that we can always do them. So the micro habits are the thousands of small choices that are a part of our daily life. For example, we make over 200 decisions about food each day, and each micro action either adds to our health and life or detracts from it. The sand, therefore, represents what appears to be insignificant choices on their own, but when placed in the jar and mixed with the water, they become the concrete that makes the jar rock solid and a formidable force against any external challenges to your health and well-being. So, how to use your life book. Think of this guide as a combination of a guidebook and a personal journal. I would encourage you to make it as personal as possible. You can attach photos of your progress, write about your successes and your challenges, or sketch a favorite meal. The key thing is that the life book is special to you. Make it your own. Each element will have a central theme and a goal, and will end with a review of that principle and how you have applied it to your life. Each principle builds on the previous one to lay a foundation for your daily life. So once learned and installed, we can step up on your path to give you a firm footing for your ascent to optimal health and well-being. If you have a coach or a professional helping you, they will be able to make sure you've mastered each element before you move on to the next. They've been trained to help you get the most from your life book and the process. And they're like me, they have a passion for it. So your life book is designed to accompany you throughout your day so you can take notes in it and refer back to key takeaways later. This will be important to remember breakthroughs and insights and to identify triggers from which future days can be built. Your life book will also allow you to track your progress. So fill it in with notes on experiences and maybe even setbacks. And it'll help you remember the key things that you're working on. And it cannot be said enough that reviewing your notes, events that led to your aha moments, and just coordinated repetition will allow you to go over where you are in your element and your journey. And this can lead to amazing breakthroughs. This knowledge is most valuable when you decide to become through the act of doing, which will lead to the results you're really after. Not only should you review your current and completed elements often, but you should also share your insights and thoughts with your coach or mentor. What I really hope for is that your life book ends up on your nightstand so that you will transcribe your key thoughts from the day into it as one of your habits. Whether it is expressing your gratitude, a list of takeaways, notes, or reminders of how you will start your day tomorrow, it should become a part of your life as you journey to your transformation. Your life book has much in common with a traditional journal, but our approach gives it structure. Each element is a permanent step toward a better understanding. It will equip you with increasing skills and act as a reference so you can proceed safely on your climb to optimal health and well-being. Each element will have enough structure and information for you to master it. And if you're not used to writing things down or journaling, it took me a while to get used to this when I first started. It will give you default boxes to check off when you make progress and provide questions to assist you on your journey. So using your life book is a key habit of health that you can successfully install. It will become an automated part of your day, like all the other habits of health. Your life book is designed to chronicle your first year of building your new, healthier life. It will also document your increasing mastery of the key elements as you become a higher version of yourself. There are 26 progressive elements for the next 52 weeks, which gives you, on average, 2 weeks to progress through each element. Some of the lessons you will be able to complete sooner, and some may take a little longer. And there's no set schedule because we want you to proceed at your own pace. I'll provide an average time that I think is reasonable to complete each element, just for your reference. So a quick look inside your life book. Your life book has been designed as as interactive as possible. And that's about you writing in it, carrying it around with you, and turning to it when you need inspiration, advice, or a reminder about how far you've come. And let's take a quick look at how each element works. One, each element starts by setting goals and being clear on why it matters. Two, we'll also ask you to write about your experiences so far. Three, we'll tell you what you'll learn. Four, we include lots of helpful tips and advice. Five, you'll see references to the main Habits of Health book. And six, your coach will assist you to master each element. So if you're ready to start, we're gonna do the next element on the next video. So for those of you who have already started the journey and are losing weight and getting healthier, then congratulations. And we can pick up from here because the journey to optimal health and well-being isn't just about a restricted period of time when you're losing weight. This is not a diet. This is not a diet. This is not a diet. Okay? It's about fundamentally changing your habits one at a time until you've created sustainable transformation. Those new habits will provide a microenvironment of health to armor and protect you against whatever this crazy world throws at you for the rest of your life. In health, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. And this is Dr. Anderson. Some of you may be familiar with him if you're in the program or some of his journals and whatnot. He was a critical care physician before he became the first health coach back in the early 2000s because he wanted to not just help people in the hospital to save their life. He wanted people to help people create health. And so he started this mission back then. And I came along in it in 2008. I joined the mission and haven't looked back. It's been the best decision I ever made for my personal care in my life, and especially as I go through this decade of my life. So join me. If you like this video, you want to continue, please like and subscribe and share it with people you care about. And let's go on this journey together. So if you need more information in how to order the books or to download the first 2 chapters for free, I will include the information in the comments. And thanks for listening. Let's continue. See you next time.